Yeah, I'm going to confess. I'm the guy who runs after bright, shiny stuff.
And cars. Bright, shiny cars as well.
So Sanjeev, just to catch up with the conversations on both ends, I see your conversation about data, and I raise you technology, right? So it's this confluence of technology and data that's rapidly propelling us, is why we're now talking about this famous combination of two letters in the vowel in English language. From the data point of view, an oil company it was infamous, and that was the BP, the British Petroleum Gulf Oil, was the first time we actually saw large volumes of data come across, and that was the first use of data that they were gathering mainly to save themselves for governance and compliance, and they were measuring tides and oil spills and currents, and that same large volume of data was then given to the local fishermen, not only to appease them, but to help them fish and troll and everything better. And that was the first multiple use, at least I claim that, of large volumes of data. And I feel that the genesis of AI, yes, Sanjeev says it's been around for 1956, and 1956 is a little closer to me than you. But that's
I was
AI.
57.
57, okay. So he's absolutely right. It's data and technology coming together, right? You talked about 175 billion parameters. Was the case, right? This was ChatGPT 3.5. We're rapidly propelling ourselves forward. To come to the case of, use case today and what are our customers doing, I'm firmly driven by what our customers need, and we're a cybersecurity company. And so that's where we go. For me, when we go and we interact with customers, because I believe that's the question, if I'm going to simplify this, it's Napster meets Y2K. Okay, and I'm dating myself. I was going to say LimeWire, but here's what we're finding on the cybersecurity side of things. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, much like when the ball dropped at the start of the century, right? What am I missing out? You remember that? You remember that feeding frenzy? Same thing here. Do I need it? Do I not? Well, it's here. We're in it. We're right in the middle of it. And what we're finding is that the example I gave yesterday at the Mastermind Lead Summit was HR departments in a hurry to write hiring letters or termination letters are putting employee names and dates of joining up there and saying, hey, can you spit out information? Now, the giants in the business are saying obfuscate, meaning stop ChatGPT. You said it first, not me, right? Let's not use it. But guess what happens when you tell the end customer, no, don't use it? What's the first thing they're going to do? Go try to get it on their home computers. And so we're trying different technologies. We're saying anonymize. We're saying, look, go take Hans and Sam and Sanjeev and put their dates of joining and the big raises that they're going to get. But let's take it out, take their names out, and put in John, Jim, and Jane. And let's take 1977 and replace it with some other date as date of birth. And then let's go out and let ChatGPT and all the AI stuff do their thing, bring it back, replace it with the original data, and give it to you. So those are the technology solutions we're looking at. Our biggest concern, if I may leave this out for you, are two things when it comes to customers and AI. Can they accept the fact that, much like the cloud movement, cloud's been around, right? It's a bunch of computers next door in a huge warehouse. Literally, it's not up there until Amazon starts distributing stuff from the, right? Great, exactly, right? And so AI is here, live with it, use it, and move forward. So that's basically, so our areas of concern are, one is that they know that it's here to stay. We do know, and I'm letting this out earlier than Sanjeev will probably announce it, but quantum computing is going to be commercialized soon. And then this conversation is going to be looking like a little, the teacup ride at Disneyland, if we think we're moving forward fast, right? So that's one of our primary concerns. Thank you. And to some extent, HI will lead AI. They're together. And I feel that the magic happens where human intelligence, artificial intelligence, and big data meet, at least in the short term. Right?
Absolutely.
It's this guy and the large volumes of data and the technology that you're driving that's going to create the magic. For me, basically, user experience is a question on the table, right? And again, I'm going to date myself. The days of putting a little pencil in and rotating the cassette tape to where you wanted it to be. And millennials today are walking into the room and saying, hey, play me my favorite song. I challenge that, with this use of technology, someone's going to tell me you feel like listening to this song, right? Just based on, heartbeat and the mood and my location.
Absolutely.
It's going to happen. So that's one in terms of experience, and I'll circle back to that in a minute. I'm quite the contrarian when it comes to data, and I'm sitting at the wrong place, and I'm on the record in this. But what if we took data out of the equation? The U.S. government's opening up these large volumes of data for public use. California, my home state, don't judge me, is now saying, hey, all of you bidding again for California state business, you can go in and search by location, by product, what and which department bought this product. And it's a beautiful thing. Everyone wins. If you want to still stay in the game and you don't want to do business at 0.01%, go develop AI and sell it and make some money, right? So I urge and request the Googles and IBMs of the world, like saying, hey, look, you know what? Data is available. God only knows that, a certain large bad actor today has 22 million security records of ours, including my retina and fingerprints, and no one really talks about it, right? So yes, in the short term, there's this rush for data, but I am an optimist, and I feel that the more we have this data available for public consumption, the better we'll do as a global citizenry. The last thing I want to bring on, in terms of experiences, I'm going to pick New York, because good and bad things happen in New York. There's a guy that wakes up in the morning, looks at his newspaper and says, hey, it's going to be raining at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So let me go down, let me pick up a few cheap umbrellas at $2 a pop and show up at Times Square where the unsuspecting tourists are. And there he is, $10 an umbrella, right? Well, what's happening today? Again, I'm going to pick up on the millennials, and I'm going to talk fast in the interest of time. On their iPhone pops up, iPhone, did I say iPhone? Okay, Samsung, Android, whatever. That is going to rain at 3 o'clock. They hit another button, and that Amazon portal from the sky drops your favorite purple polka dot umbrella for you at Times Square, right? This is where we're heading fast in terms of experiences. So I challenge two basic tenets. We really have to be at the right place at the right time, with the right product, economics 101. And the second one is, in sales, we're told, you can't get it faster and cheaper and better. You have to give up one of three. And I don't think so. I think you can get it better, faster, and cheaper as these experiences and these technological leaps happen. Sanjeev, you had me at Tinder. Imagine Tinder picking up and telling someone
to match with you?
He or she is the one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's
You're determined to get Tinder.
bundling security.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to a point of interest for me personally. Like MFA today, right? All of us in the room, have cards and CAC cards and PIV cards that validate us at one point in time when you're walking in the front door. But once you're in, no one really says, oh no, don't go open the medicine closet in the guest bathroom, right? It's a free-for-all in our enterprises as well. And while the governance exists, like zero trust architecture says, there has to be continuous monitoring. It's a rare ecosystem that companies continuously monitor. So take MFA, right? We get all these dings on our phones. There's like 7 dozen of them saying, here is the code. And by the way, my pet peeve is trying to figure this out on a plane on a $37 Wi-Fi when it dings my phone and I'm trying to log in here for another session. MFA itself is challenging, subject to man-in-the-middle attacks.
Yeah.
And our next generations are saying, why do I have to put a Post-it with a 20-character, I am joking, password on the monitor? Why can't you just figure out who I am? And some of the technologies that we personally are launching and are successful is the speed, rhythm, and cadence of your typing can, to a high degree, identify who you are and let you into systems. And then every few seconds, literally, I did say seconds, as you exist on a corporate network, check and see who you are. So AI is helping build these security platforms. And you're right, a bundled approach to security is very appealing.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, everyone.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.